Hey, everybody. I woke up with something on my mind this morning um, about success, or for that matter, a fear of success. Have you ever started working on something and you were doing really good and you were remaining consistent, and then all of a sudden, something, for just a matter of a thought, led you to doing something opposite? And you all of a sudden it's like, and then all of a sudden you find yourself in a worse state than you were before. Do you know self-sabotage is real? Self-sabotage will literally destroy your entire life. You know, a lot of times what we do is in our lives, we go back to what is comfortable. So if you lived grew up in an environment that was very stressful, or, our goal is, in our mind, is to go back to that state. That's where we're comfortable at. That's what we understand. We don't want to do that on purpose, but our subconscious mind, unless it is completely dealt with that thing, it takes us back to where we were. So what'll happen is you find yourself, getting up in the morning, say you're praying or you're reading or you're doing something. You got this morning routine. You keep going. And you're starting to see that your mind is changing and you're starting to make better decisions. And it seems like things are getting easier. Things are coming together. If you're like if you're a wife or a husband, or if you have children, things are coming together with that. Then all of a sudden, for just a matter of a thought, you're like, well, you know what? I can do something different. Do you know that the reason why that thought came is because it is stopping you from really stepping across that line to finally be the success that you know you are? Do you know we have to fight against the very things in our own mind? They were talking about the Titanic, and they talked about how at the bottom of the Titanic, they could not see the iceberg coming. So the top was given the directions, go this way, go this way, go this way, because they couldn't see at the bottom. And what happens is when we hear things, you could be working on, you're doing good, but in your subconscious, you remember when you couldn't pay bills. You remember when you couldn't do this and you couldn't do that. And all of a sudden, your mind goes back to recreate what is comfortable for you. But do you know the more you do something different, the more you filter out and undo the stuff that's there that's holding you back? So if anytime you get to a point where you're doing really, 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 really good, watch what happens to you. It says it takes 21 days to form a habit. I would say give yourself 30, but it literally takes 21 days to form a habit. Say, for instance, you're doing something good for 19 days. Then all of a sudden, for some reason, day 20 is coming and you find yourself reversing. Do you know that is your mind fighting against the change that's about to take place in your life because it is not ready for it? And what you'll look up and you'll find yourself, but wait a minute, I was doing so good. They talk about antibiotics. If they say, you may have something that's going on in your body, the doctor says, take it for 7 days, not 3, because you think about it, at day 3, you're going to start feeling better. Day 4, you're going to start feeling better. But what you're doing is you're letting the inside of your body know that there's something that's in there that's fighting against that virus that's there. And the more you take it, the more it is fighting against it. But now that virus that's in your body is waiting, is laying dormant, is waiting, is taken taken back, because they know if you complete those antibiotics, you keep coming, you keep taking them, it's going to fight against and it's going to take the virus out of your body. But if you stop in the middle of taking them, not only will that virus get strong, will it come back, but it'll get stronger. They talk about in the Bible where it says when you clean your house and your house is swept clean, that whatever it was will come back to see if that house is still empty. And if it is and it's open, that it will bring things 7 times worse. So have you ever started doing something, you're working on it, things are getting better, and then you stop being consistent with it and things become worse? That is because what was going on the inside of you was stronger than what you thought. And all you had to do, it could have been one day, and you stop, and it has set you back. I remember my uncle telling me a long time ago, he said, I decided to not go to church for one day and didn't go back for 10 years. And I remember in this recent part of my life, I would get up every morning, early every morning. I was doing my prayer work. These was some years ago. And I was doing my prayer work and decrees and confessions and everything. And then one day I stopped. Just stopped because I started getting so busy with life. All these things were happening. And sometimes good things can overwhelm you. And sometimes you could be doing so much and it is to bring distraction. So you have to even watch every contract you take and everything, because you never know what could be a distraction. Then all of a sudden, I no longer had that time for the morning. I no longer prayed before I went to bed. I was so busy fixing and trying to work on those things that I was given to do. Before you know it, not only after that prayer time was gone after a time, then everything else was. So don't self-sabotage. If you are on a roll, give yourself some time to work through whatever is on the inside of here. You're going to always come up with a better idea in the midst of an idea. But work that idea that you get long enough to see the fruition of it, to actually see what's going on. Other than that, you end up being set back and it'll end up being worse. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.